Yes, people. Before we start, please hit that subscription button, notification button, and like button. To get more contents on a regular basis. Much appreciated for everyone that's done that. So today we're going to be speaking about obviously FSG and Klopp. What is the relationship and what's our transfer policy under FSG? So let's talk about this. Let's do this. Yes, people, welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. So we've got some issues in the fans, from the fans perspective. Everybody's disappointed with our football club not making enough transfers in the midfield area, and they're talking about the owners not spending enough money, even though we bought 3 players, which is Calvin Ramsey, Fabio Carvalho, and Darwin Núñez. We bought 3 players already this season. Yes, we got rid of Mane, soon Takumi Minamino and Divock Origi. Some of the youngsters are going to loan this season as well, and like Conor Bradley. And I think we're going to get rid of Nico Williams as well, it looks like, for the right price. So what people are worried about is our midfield area there, and what the issue is we've got too many injury prone players and too many players that are on their final legs. I don't know what people are talking about, to be fair, in regards to their final legs. I understand the injury prone players and all that stuff, but people forget we tried to get Tchouaméni, who decided to go to Real Madrid instead of Liverpool. So we did try to get midfielder people before, like, we start panicking and blaming this person, blaming that person. We did try to get midfielder, and it was just unfortunate. Like, it was, in the world media, and we didn't hide that transfer instead of like sharing it with people. Like, we shouldn't do that. We should be doing it behind closed doors, secretly, and teams like Real Madrid, teams that can spend a lot of money like PSG and City won't know about it. That's what we should have done to buy Tchouaméni, but we didn't. But what people forget is, like, we always have 3 options in the position we go for. Salah wasn't even the first option when we bought him, so you got to think about, sometimes the second option can be successful. Tsimikas, he wasn't the first option. It was Lewis from Norwich that ended up at Newcastle, and look at how bad he is. So you got to think about it. Like, sometimes probably Liverpool put someone out there, so the actual midfielder they're going for isn't the one everybody's after. So maybe they're playing a trick. Yes, Paul Joyce came out and said our last transfer is Calvin Ramsey. I don't believe that. I just think, like, it's a smoke screen. It has to be. And we just need to, like, relax, stop, like, going on social medias saying FSG out and all this stuff. Remember, people, we used to have these people not so long ago, and look how that turned out. These useless people, these useless people here, and the man in the middle who supposed to be a Liverpool fan gave our club to these idiots, these cowboys here. He gave it to them, the 2 cowboys, Higgs and Gillette and Higgs, wherever you want to go, which way you want to go. Like, come on, people, man. We don't want to go back to things like that. Klopp said these owners he's with is the best owners that he could ever have. They let him get on with his football. They don't intervene. People even talk about, like, they don't even come to games. Why should they? They own the club, but they let the footballing people deal with the club. I'd rather have it like that than owners are going to be there every single game and just interfere with the team. You know, things like that. The players running to them, asking them for like more wages, or I've got problem with the club, or you don't want things like that. They just let the football people deal with it. Yes, they have their faults in regards to the Super League and their spending, but we're sustainable people. What I mean about that, City are desperate. They spend money for desperation reasons. It's not like they getting players from the youth or giving opportunities for, you know, players in the Premier League who play for, you know, the lower clubs like Hull, we bought Robertson from. They don't do that. They spend 90 million, 80 million, 50 million on 2 fullbacks each and things like that in a time like nobody can afford things like that. But they will get caught out eventually. I promise you. I said that to Chelsea fans years ago. They started laughing at me. I told them things like that don't last, man. Especially Russian owners, man. Now we've got Arab owners. The two, you know, come together in a different way. So we just gotta be like relaxed. Trust the owners. Trust the manager. If the owners don't spend, we share our concerns and they change their mind. Just like the Super League. I'd rather have owners like that change their mind and they say, oh, you know what? I'm wrong. I gotta like change the way I'm approaching things now. Like, we're one midfielder away of like challenging for the title, probably winning the league. Let's go and get it for them. Maybe 2. Things like that. That's what I liked about these owners. Yes, a year ago, I did put up a video about their spending and the lack of spending and the way they're treating Liverpool Football Club. But what I forgot in my like heated moments is it was a pandemic time. Everybody was struggling. Businesses have gone out of business because of the pandemic. Like businesses that's billionaires, trillionaires, whatever you want to call it. They've gone out of business because of the pandemic. And we had to find a way to pay the players, to pay the cafeteria ladies, you know, to pay everyone, car park attendants, whatever it is, because it was that bad. And if you think before you act, you will understand where they are coming from in that way. But we've been chasing Mbappe for years now, since he was a kid at Monaco. Klopp talked to him at Monaco. We tried again recently. We thought like he's coming on a free transfer. We could generate money for him to pay him to come to Liverpool. But PSG was so desperate, they decided to pay him 1 million a week. So how can we compete with that if these owners try their best to bring one of the best, future best players in world football? Which is why probably we didn't spend a lot of money last season and the season before that. So now they bought in three players. They got rid of a few. Probably 3, I'm assuming. Obviously, I already said their names earlier. Origi, Takumi Minamino's on his way out, and Sadio Mane. So there's 3 in, 3 out. You got to balance the squad as well, people. You can't have too many players in the squad. So last season, we was all right, wasn't we? We was talking about the strength and depth. So that hasn't changed. 3 in, 3 out. Simple as that. And we're still trying to get a midfielder in, people. Don't worry about that. Klopp knows. You can't rely on Fabinho, Henderson and Thiago to stay fit throughout the season. No. You don't go into a season like that. So hopefully we'll get someone that's going to be there for the whole season. Like I said before in the other streams, like Gini Wijnaldum. That's what we need. Someone who's going to be consistent in the team, that doesn't pick up a lot of injuries. That's what we need in that midfield, in my opinion. And he could play like number 8, number 6, probably number 10. You know what I mean? You know, Klopp can mold players like that. That's what I like about Klopp. That's what he done with Wijnaldum. When Wijnaldum came, he was an attacking midfielder scoring a lot of goals for Newcastle and PSV. But when he came to Liverpool, he became a number 8, number 6, number 10. You know what I mean? And he was all over the place. And he was brilliant at it as well. That's what we need in that midfield. And I said, I'm sure I said in one of my streams when everybody's saying like one of them has to go. I said, be careful what you wish for. I'm a fan of Ronaldo at the time. I said, be careful what you wish for, because when those kind of players leave, you realize the big gap that's been left behind. And now look, everybody that's been saying, oh, Ronaldo, you can go, they want him back. They're even trying to get him. They're even trying to make like speculation, like he should come back right now. You know what I mean? Because he's not playing for PSG and he's not doing well. I think they said in France he's the worst signing of the season or something like that. So we just got to calm down. Like all this stuff in social medias, like we're all fighting each other and having a go at each other. We're not AFTV people. We're Liverpool Football Club. We're one. The team comes together as one. We're not a team full of individuals. That manager there is the leader of Liverpool Football Club. So we follow whatever he says. If you lose that leader here, then you're in trouble. Because there's no manager in the world like this leader here. That's what I worry about. He said, Klopp said, came out of his mouth, if people don't like me anymore, it's time to go. And unfortunately, some of our fan base are already, like kicking off for no reason. Transfer window opened 10 days ago or something like that, and they're already kicking off, making it a toxic place to be around, fighting each other. We don't fight each other. We ain't AFTV. We ain't these kind of fans. We're Liverpool Football Club. Remember that. That's what we are. We've been through shit for years and years, people, like, but we come through it. Yes, we've got a money, money, like a trillionaire team that's got money to burn, to compete with, but we're still holding our own. We're still holding our own. Little old Liverpool that doesn't have trillions, still holding their own. 4 trophies we competed for last season. Forget all about that negativity in your head. Think about the bigger picture here. 4 trophies we competed for. We won 2. Yes, the other big ones we haven't won. But we won the domestics that we haven't won under Klopp. So next season, we're going to probably not try as hard in those domestics, like the League Cup and the FA Cup. Just go for the Premier League and the Champions League. Have a rest the players. Second half of the season, we'll have to push harder. And then we'll probably get the points we want. The other team should have won the league months ago, but we caught them somehow. These players, everybody is criticizing week in and week out. Henderson's, Milner's, Fabinho's, Thiago's, whatever it is, you're criticizing week in and week out. Well, 2 games away of winning both trophies. Think about it, people. We're just too reactionary, and we just follow the negative Liverpool fans who don't even know what they're talking about. At the end of the day, our manager, who gets paid the big bucks, who uses his brain to get players motivated on a regular basis, is the most important one. Not those people that's telling you, let's say FSG out, Klopp out, and all this nonsense. What do they know about football? If they are that good, they should be managing teams right now. But they're not. So people, like I said, trust in the owners and the club. I'm not FSG out. I'm not FSG in. But I know where they're coming from. You don't have to keep spending and spending and spending in order for you to win league titles. You got to buy the right players for the right price, who are hungry and motivated to challenge. That's what you need to do. Like a world-class player who's money in his head. Let me give you a prime example. Neymar. And let me give you another example. Probably Mane. Who had a more impactful time in football in the current era? That's what you got to look at. Neymar, he parties. His career is gone, in my opinion. people still talk about him like he's got talent and all this stuff. Mane, he's won everything with Liverpool, and he's gone by Munich, and he's still humble. That's what you need. Not players that's always thinking about, you know, let's go party, let's go get money, let's go this, let's go with the jet. You know what I mean? Not this kind of people. You can't have these kind of people around our club, people. I know we want world-class players, but they are too much of a problem in a team that's as one. Team wins you trophies. Not one player. A team wins you trophies. Think about that. But anyway, people, like, I'm not here like to say like change your opinions or anything like that. But I'm just trying to say to you, think about what you say before you come out and be negative all the time towards, you know, our manager and our owners. Like I said, I'm not FSG yet. I'm not FSG in. I'm in the middle. I understand where they're coming from. I understand where the manager's coming from. Remember, people, Klopp signed 2-year contract to stay longer, and he's got potential to extend that for the future. Pep doesn't stay. He won't stay long here. He's only staying around because of the money he's getting. But eventually he'll get bored like he always does. He's stressing out. Every single time you look at Pep, he's stressing out, scratching his head, getting grayer, losing his hair. Klopp ain't losing nothing. He just gets on with it because he knows the dominance with the second team will come eventually. The youth, the power, the strength, and the, you know, togetherness that will get us through games that we need to get through. So, like I always say, people, like, share, and subscribe, and share the channel around with family and friends, please. Make it as big as possible. I don't ask for much. I'm not here for publicity. I'm here just to talk about my football club. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.